It's by thy grace that I sing. It's by thy grace that I sing. It's by thy Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari.
Little samplings here.
Oh, my beloved, kindness of the heart, breath of life, Ramadasa sa se soham. Ramadasa. May the long time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you, and the pure light.
Giving you a little taste of some of the wonderful, beautiful music that we've heard over the years. And here's some more. Satnam, Satnam. It's by thy grace that I sing. It's by thy grace. In just a couple of minutes, we'll be speaking with Sanatam Kaur. And thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to be playing her beloved album, And so, in talking with her and having some conversation, I'm pleased that you're with us. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today on Gary's Music Show. This is Gary. Sonatum Carr is on the line right now, and to begin our time with Sonatum, we are going to play the first track of her beloved album. So let's begin. Thank you.
Amor, गोपी दे गोविंद आगे सरे आगे से आगे किते बुद्ध आगे दाने वे आगे दे आगे सुरनर मुरझान से केते आगे आकर न पाए केते के उठ उठ जाए एते किते और करे ताकन सके के जेवट पावे तेवट होए नानक जाने साचा सोए जे को आके बोल विकार ताल की सिर गवारा गवा
That's the first track from the Beloved album by Sonatum Carr, and we're going to hear this in its entirety. But first, we're going to speak with Sonatum for a little while, and she's recently, as many of you know, her album Beloved was nominated for a Grammy for Best New Age Album. Sonatum Carr represents peace through sacred chant, and her concert tours bring her joyous, uplifting music to audiences everywhere as she performs compositions from her new album, Beloved, and much beloved songs from her rich catalog of classic world devotional CDs. Timeless Sonatum Carr recordings such as Prem, Grace, Anand, Liberation Store, and Light of the Nam have brought inspiration and a deep sense of peace to listeners worldwide with her captivating blend of traditional sacred mantras and expansive musical settings, blending Eastern and Western influences. But the best way to experience the music, warmth, and wisdom of Sonatum Carr is live in concert. And the concert is an opportunity for people to be awakened to the power of mantra, she says, to fall in love with mantras and be healed by them. With these concerts, she writes, I hope to connect people with these mantras so that they get a sense of their own intrinsic light and love. I know for myself that chanting together in these settings is super healing and super powerful for relieving stress, tension, and that feeling of being overwhelmed that I think is pretty common for in these days. And I want people to come and find that sense of peace again. And hello, Sonatum.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being on the show, and congratulations on Beloved being nominated for a Grammy for New Age Album. And many people saw was streamed. They saw the streaming, of part of that concert. Yeah, that was released. How was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really incredible to know how many people tuned in. I mean, I just heard from people from all over the world that they tuned in for that Grammy performance in the afternoon ceremony, and that was by far like the most touching part about it. And then also just like after we played, there was this kind of silence, or it just felt like something had been offered that has never been offered in that kind of venue before. I think people were kind of in awe, what we presented was, traditional Sikh kirtan, the track from Beloved called Darshan Mango De Pyare, which is a traditional Sikh Shabad, sacred poem. And it was kind of a historic moment, I think, for Sikh music and sacred music to be presented in such a mainstream type of venue and live streamed to so many people. And but it felt like an important step forward for this type of sacred music, and it felt like it has an important role within the mainstream arena. As we felt like after having performed and just the feedback that we got from the audience. My mom was actually in the audience, and I after I performed, I went backstage, and shortly thereafter she came to come and give me a hug, and she said that a lot of people thought that she was me. And as she walked down the aisle, in that Grammy Hall, all the nominees and people who were winning and Grammys, and she said she got so many compliments and that people were really touched by the performance. And I feel like I was talking with my mom about it afterwards. My mom was talking with me about it, and she said that the experience of that just really gave her permission, just to do what's in her heart, do whatever is in your heart, because there we were, presenting this very sacred part of our spiritual practice in this mainstream avenue, and it was so well received and so perfect in how everything came together, that she was really encouraging me to continue on to do what's in my heart, and it was a really beautiful moment of connection with her about it.
I hear you, and I feel it. That's beautiful. Your life started out with, being raised in a family where this is what you were learning from very early on and growing up, right?
Yeah, and I remember, having this longing, as I would have, such beautiful experiences with this Sikh sacred music, and then, go off to school and then high school or in college, whatever it was, and, and have fun and connections and all of that. And I just remember, wishing that I could bring the two worlds together.
Yeah.
I think that the Grammy performance was certainly felt like bringing some very different realities together. And it was a miracle that it happened. There was someone within the one of the producers of the Grammy show. His wife had used our music in her acupuncture practice, and he had become familiar with it that way, and they'd been listening to it for years. So when he saw that I was nominated, he reached out and invited us. So you just kind of never know, who's listening, and
right.
You just kind of got to keep doing what you're doing. That's my new theory.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, and you have been doing that as long as I've known you. This is my 20th year doing radio here, doing In the Spirit, and being on the radio here in WRPI, and from very early on, I became aware of your music, and it really was an introduction to me to this type of music, this Kundalini chant music, and it took me on a journey, really. Not only did I follow you and your albums as they came out, but I started listening to others as well, and I was really delighted to be in this musical world, and I felt the healing in it. I think in one of the early interviews I did with you, I asked you, even though I don't know the meaning of the words, I feel moved by the music as if it's speaking to me. And it's like an emotional feeling more than an intellectual, or I should have said like a heart feeling, like opened up my heart, but I didn't have intellectual knowledge of why,
Yeah. And I do a lot of music that is from the Sikh tradition, and they're sacred poems that were recited in a state of ecstasy, or in a state of union, or in a state of longing, and the expressions, the poetic expressions, were recited by Sikh masters, and some of the poems are recited by people of other traditions and walks of life as well. But I guess the important thing that I'm trying to convey is that there's something really magical about reciting these poems, because they were recited originally within a human body, a human being, and a human experience of what it means to be spiritual on this earth. And so it's very helpful and transformational to have the opportunity to recite these poems. And sometimes you don't know, or maybe most of the time, most of us don't know what the words mean, but you don't have to, because they touch upon the emotional energy, the spiritual energy, the mental energy of the original reciter, and bring forth those same sensations. That's the power of these sacred poems, and that's how they work, to the degree that they can be very healing, as I've experienced in my own journey and spiritual path.
So then they move through you, and they come. So you're the channel in which they become interpreted, like anybody who gives these poems a life in the world through music. So do you think the music part of the poems really deepens one's experience of them?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think that music is such a universal language of love. And as I am, a touring musician, and have been since 2004, I have such a deep respect for music and what it can do. And working with many musicians, it's, without fail, music opens the heart. And then, with these sacred chants, music can be very transformational as long as it's in support of the sacred chants, in support of that energy within the chants themselves, and that can be kind of tricky and challenging because sometimes the music can kind of overtake things. So it's helpful to understand the original language of the Sikh traditional music, which is called Gurumukhi. And it's also helpful to have a little bit of context into the meaning of the words and even the history as well. And then, most importantly, to have that sense of devotion within the music, so that the music really supports. And then it all kind of works, in my opinion, like a magic.
You've also recorded songs with English words, "By Thy Grace" being one example.
Yeah, in fact, as you'll hear on this beloved album, as listeners listen with you this afternoon, there's a song called "Water of Your Love," which I composed in hopes that it would bring more awareness to the Earth's water and how vital the Earth's water is in the form of creeks and oceans and rivers. My hope with the song was manyfold. Just a few of the hopes and goals. I'd hoped that people would become more aware of how to keep our planet's water clean, and I feel that one of the most powerful ways that we can do that is by reducing our use of plastics, and of course, recycling, but mostly just reducing or eliminating the use of plastic if at all possible, and having a more sacred relationship to water, as I put it within this song, in the context of water being sacred, which it is.
Yeah.
But it felt important to me. So I continued to write songs in English, like this one, to connect people with, I guess, spiritual concepts. And to me, there's, nothing more spiritual than having respect for Mother Earth.
You've read. Thank you, Sanautam. You can go to Sanautam's website, hername.com, SNATAMKAUR.com, and we're going to be playing that song and the rest of the album today after our conversation with you. And I'm very moved by all of your music. I'm thinking about other words in English. The servant of peace. That really moves me to tears at times. It's that prayer to Saint Francis, right?
Yeah.
Is in there.
Yeah, a friend of mine many years ago gave me the prayer of Saint Francis on a little postcard, and it was when he was actually my boss, and when I worked in a granola making factory called Peace Cereals, and it was a tough job. I was learning a lot. It was my first job, and I guess I needed to kind of tune into how to be of service, even through making granola.
Yeah.
And it was important for me because I think sometimes we want to be doing something else than what's actually happening in our lives, and feeling that we can't be of service because of that. But that sacred poem, I put it on my wall in my office, and started to pray every day that I would be of service. And gradually and surely I began to find ways to be of service within my job and, within my home and within my community, in ways that flowed with my life, until actually music became my full-time career, and it was actually Peace Cereals that sponsored my first 3 years of my music career. As it so happened, so it's quite a beautiful thing to kind of zone into this prayer of St. Francis and see how it could transform things for me.
That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. I'm reminded that one of your early albums, which I have, is I think it's a Peace Family. Is that?
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful, and you weren't headlined at that time, but you were one of the people that contributed on that album. I remember.
Yeah. I'm Peace Family consisted of myself and Guru Ganesha and Liftar Singh,
Mm-hmm.
and Liftar Singh actually just released a new album that I'm singing on called Mountain of Smoke.
Beautiful.
And I highly recommend you listening to that, Gary, and having him on your show.
Okay.
These are songs in English, and but they're so beautiful and expressive of the spiritual path and how to obtain, freedom in this life, through the soul freedom that we're all seeking. But these beautiful songs in English, written by Liftar Singh, are just incredible. In fact, when I received the mixes to prepare to sing, I found myself listening to them and in my backyard just crying and bawling tears of joy, and they're so incredibly powerful. So yeah, everybody check that out. The official release date is this Friday, and it's called Mountain of Smoke.
Thank you.
Yeah, with Spirit Voyage Records. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to contact him perhaps later today.
Good.
I love this music, and Liftar Singh. I don't know whether I've had him on the show before. I don't think so. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to be checking out this music and have him on your definitely. And before we go, I'd like to ask you any comments about we talked about Water of Your Love, and we played Amul. Any other comments about some of this music? I really like this album a lot, and I'm really moved by it. I'd like to hear what anything that you want to share with us about some of these songs that other than what we spoke about.
Well, sure. I mean, Darshan Mago, which is, I think, the 6th track, is the one that we performed at the Grammys. And that track is all about tuning you into a sense of self-worth and self-esteem by giving you the presence of the divine, which is really the self. Right, the song is a request from the devotee to have the presence of the divine, and so I'm hoping that that's helpful to people, and listeners will enjoy that. There's also another Shabad or traditional Sikh song, which is the last track, I believe, called Pura Najot, and this one, people may kind of, feel it's got kind of a warrior energy in it, and as you're listening to that, you can tune into the words a little bit. Pura Najot means the pure light, and this song is written by Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Guru of the Sikhs, who was a warrior in his physical body, and he lived in the 17th century, and also, a saint and so a warrior saint, and poet. And I find that this Shabad in particular is really helpful to sing and kind of and tap into that inner light and come from a strong place in one's life. So those are some of the things, and then finally, just the last one, Hara Hara Waheguru. I don't remember which track this one is, but it kind of has really upbeat energy to it, and this one is to rise above the challenges of the day, to rise above fear and anger, and come from your most conscious self, most conscious, highest sense of intelligence. And that's, the power of these sacred chants and these words is that they can kind of bring you up out of the stress of life and into just a place of neutral energy and without emotions, and a place of just where you feel good. As people just feel good after chanting. That is the gift of that track, hopefully, for people.
It's a really beautiful track. I find myself singing it. It's just so uplifting,
Yeah,
it's so uplifting. And I like the after Water of Your Love, there's the Har Uplift, which is I like the way that it follows after Water of Your Love. It's just it really grabs you,
Yeah. How to Uplift is the one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just what you were talking about. So I get that, and it's nice to come out from that ballad Water of Your Love to this. So the album, the songs move really, really quite well. And when did you decide? I hope I'm not keeping you. When did you decide to put this together?
Well, gosh, it's been a while because the record label wanted to do a lot of promotion with it once we had it ready. So it was a couple of years ago that we made it. It's actually time for me to get back in the studio. But yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how that works, People get the music, and by the time we get it, and I'm playing it, and you're just like, oh, you're well into it and beyond.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun to see how the music is received and what touches people, and there's a lot of learning and growth in that.
And you always have great musicians with you, and on this tour and on the album. Are the people that play on this album? Are they the ones that accompany you on your upcoming tour?
No, I have a new band that I'm working with, and it includes Greco, Barato, Sukhmani, and Ramdas. Ramdas played with me before he's in our live in concert CD. We played together for a couple of years, and Sukhmani toured with me for about a year. And then Greco, I met through a mutual friend who's a yoga teacher, and it's really exciting and wonderful. We have a concert actually coming up in Northampton, which your listeners might like to know about. Not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday.
Well,
and they can go to my website, sanatamcar.com, to get tickets.
Yeah.
We'd love to see everybody there.
Well, I'll wave to you. Well, I'll be there, and I'm very happy to. I haven't seen you in concert in a while, it seems, and I'm really thrilled. I'll be coming with a friend who is also she's a Kundalini yoga teacher, and I think she's met you a few times, and she went to recently to a meditation thing with Yogi Bhajan on the screen.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Like a white tantric yoga.
Where two people they face each other in meditation.
Yeah, it sounds like white tantric yoga.
White tantric yoga, yeah. So it'll be so she's thrilled to be going with me on this, and I'm just happy to be around this kind of healing work because I feel that there's I love the transmission. I feel that the music and the healing transmission, there's something really pure about what you do and the Kundalini chants and the Kundalini yoga itself, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's all part of the package. I teach workshops for people on how to sing, and I inevitably weave in Kundalini yoga with it because it's all connected, you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sanatam Kaur. And I also, for those people, and I know that I had for a while, and I got to watch myself the way you pronounce Sanatam, I hope I said sun autumn, is sun and autumn, like the time of year, sun autumn. But so I want to make sure that, especially somebody like me that's on the radio and pronouncing names, but very important. So I want to, anything else you'd like to share before we go, and we'll play the rest of the album, Beloved, Sanatam?
No, thank you so much for having me, Gary.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy to be with you here on the radio, and looking forward to the concert in Northampton, Massachusetts, coming up on the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd. And, of course, you can get tickets at sanatamkaur.com, SNATAMKAUR.com. And thank you, my friend. And if you'd like to just stay on the line just for a minute, I'll speak with you off air, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
WRPI Troy at 91.5 FM and live on the internet at www.wrpi.org.
Go My blood flows like a river to the heart of the ocean, where my soul finds completion in the water of your love. My blood flows like a river to the heart of the ocean, where my soul finds completion in the water of your love. My blood flows like a river to the heart of the ocean, where my soul finds completion in the water of your love. My blood flows like a river to the heart of the ocean, where my soul finds completion in the water of your love. Your love, 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 so dear. My soul is rising through the anger and fear up to the love that holds everyone so dear, everyone so dear, everyone so dear. Hare Hare Vaheguru, 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 Hare Hare
When you get bumped on a racetrack, the key is to stay in control.
NASCAR legend Rusty Wallace.
Same goes for the highway. That's why professional truck drivers need to buckle up every trip, every time. Your safety belt can keep you in position behind the wheel and in control, looking out for yourself and everybody else. That's what a professional driver does. So be ready, be buckled, and remember, you're the professional, the one who drives for a living.
A public service message from the U.S. Department of Transportation.
जिसने जगो कोई न जाने जिसने जगो कोई न जाने नाम जपत ओ जो गुण माने नाम जपत ओ जो गुण माने जागे निकट न आवे कोई जागे निकट न आवे कोई सकल सृष्टि आके चरण मल धोई सकल सृष्टि आके चरण मल धोई दर्शन मागो देव प्यारे दर्शन मागो देव प्यारे दर्शन मागो देव प्यारे दर्शन मागो देव प्यारे तुम्हारी सेवा तुम्हारी सेवा तुम्हारी सेवा तुम्हारी सेवा कौन कौन न तारे कौन कौन न तारे दर्शन मांगो देव प्यारे दर्शन मांगो देव प्यारे दर्शन मांगो देव प्यारे दर्शन मांगो देव प्यारे जो प्राणी गाओ नहावत काम जो प्राणी गाओ नहावत काम शांत प्रसाद ताको जपिया नाम शांत प्रसाद ताको जपिया नाम साध संग मन सोवत जागे साध संग मन सोवत जागे तब प्रभ नानक मीटे लागे तब प्रभ नानक मीटे लागे दर्शन मांगो देव प्यारे दर्शन मांगो देव प्यारे दर्शन मांगो देव प्यारे दर्शन